Hey, yeah. So welcome to our first ever cooking show. Put that over there. So have you ever needed to make something quickly and thought, well, I've got ramen, that cheap, 29-cent ramen packet, and I have vegetables in my fridge. I'm gonna show you how to make ramen without using those packets because those packets are super bad for you. So I found a couple things of broccoli, and I like to cut the little tops off so they're easy to eat. So I'm gonna cut these tops. And then I also use the stalk, meaning this. The stalk is so good for you and it provides a nice little crunch. So I'll show you how to do that too. So right now I'm just cutting the tops off. So I'm gonna prep everything. Okay, bottoms are cut off. So you have to peel, kind of have to peel these things because it's really like barky. It gets stuck in your teeth. You don't want this heavy stuff in your food. So then I just peel the stalk. I'm using it towards me. I'm a professional. So if you're scared, you could use a peeler. I don't know. Peeling. Okay, I didn't have the stack prep ahead of time, so we're gonna do all of this as we go. Oh, I should have set a timer to see how long this takes. So then I like to just chop the stalk. So I'm making ramen, like I said. It's gonna be vegetarian, but not vegan, because I am gonna add eggs, so there's protein. Okay, so then stalk. Another thing that's really good in ramen is ginger. So look, I have ginger. I'm gonna peel this guy. You can also peel ginger with a spoon, but I never figured that out. Supposedly it just comes off super easy with a spoon. My sister Beth, who knows everything, yeah, Beth, she would say that I'm wasting all this ginger, that I'm taking off too much. Okay, so peeling the ginger. And the skin, you don't really want to eat it, but it's not bad for you. So if there's a little left on it, it's not that big of a deal. We're just cooking. Okay. That knife sucks. I'm gonna go back to this big knife. The ginger I like to cut in really small pieces. It's just such a nice, like, crisp, spicy flavor. So chopping it, then I'm gonna chop it again. Let me get rid of that little guy. See that? I don't want to eat that. Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm gonna chop this like so. Chop. And then chop it again like this. And when we start sauteing the vegetables, the ginger and the onion we'll do first because the aromatics are amazing. More choppy chop. Chop. Put this in this own little bowl. Hi, honey.
Hi, honey.
We're gonna cook and eat.
I can't wait.
I know. Okay, onion. All I have is a red onion. Doesn't matter what kind of onion. Just, I like onion. So I'm gonna use an onion. And I think, so I don't measure anything, but it's like this much, and this much, okay? So I'm gonna use half an onion because we don't want to overwhelm our senses with too much onion. Peel. And I think I'm gonna do like a thin slice because it'll be really pretty in the ramen. So I'm gonna go that way, and then I'm gonna switch it over this way. I'm just making this up right now. Just came to my mind. And then I'm gonna switch again this way. So it's not so big, right? little switch, and then switch again. So you have nice like pieces. You can eat with your chopstick if you want to eat with a chopstick. Let's get a little hard chops. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna put you to the side. I'm not gonna use you. Woo! My eyes. And then this is red cabbage. It's just pretty. So I'm gonna chop this up kind of the same way I did the onion. I'm just going back and forth so the pieces aren't so long, so it'll be easy to eat. Okay. So what I love in my ramen is fresh leaves. It's so good. And I have this really cool thing called the garden, Gardyn. Yeah. Anyway, this stuff is amazing. So I'm gonna cut some basil, and all of these things I grow. Oh my gosh, I eat off this garden pretty much every day because it's so good. Some lettuce. Yes, you can put lettuce in hot food, believe it or not. And then I have cilantro. And kale. Put some kale in there too. And the heat will just like melt it kind of. And I'm also gonna do some chives. And this is fun. I just hold it like a ponytail and I cut it right off like that. Lightly prep this. This is basil, and I don't know if you're familiar with chiffonade. It's a fancy little term I learned watching cooking channels because I love to cook. So you just basically take all the basil off. And another thing that's really great about this garden is you don't really have to wash anything because it's growing inside your house. Okay, so then I take all the basil and then I'm gonna stack the leaves as best as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm stacking the leaves. Stacky. Then you kind of just roll it up and then you do little cuts. And then they're like little ribbons. So we're gonna put this on top of the ramen when it's nice and hot at the end. So yummy. The lettuce I'm gonna leave because that'll get nice and just melt. Tiny little bit of kale. I didn't want to use too much because the kale is a little toughish, but not really. It just provides a nice extra vitamin boost and it gives really good just texture. And then here's the chives that I'm just gonna do a little rough chop on the chives. And again, I don't put this in until ready to serve. So that way these veggies are so fresh. It's really delicious. Okay, that's it for that one. So now we're gonna cook, all right? So we have everything prepped. Turn this bad boy on, there we go. Nice and hot. I like sesame oil because it adds a nice little nutty flavor. Because sesame, I think, is a nut. I don't know, maybe. A little sesame oil. And then we'll do the aromatics. I'm gonna give it a second or so to get nice and hot. No sizzle yet. It's getting there. So I added the ginger. Yep, here it comes. There's a sizzle. Ginger. Onion. I'm using red onion because that's what I have. And I just like onion. Ooh, smells good already. So I'm just using, you know, the cheap ramen that's like 29, 30 cents a pack, but I don't use the flavor packets because the flavor packets have so much like salt, sodium. It's not good for you. So I make my own flavor, I guess, if you will. So I'm gonna let that sizzle for a bit, and then I'm gonna start adding stuff. So I love Vietnamese spices and Korean spices. This is actually miso paste, so this is Japanese. Oh my gosh, I just like Asian food. So miso paste instead of salt, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in. Way better alternative than salt. And then of course I'm gonna use soy sauce too. So there's miso paste, turn it down a bit. Then, I don't know if you guys have heard of gochujang. This is Korean, so good. It's a nice little paste again, yummy. Nice little burn. I'm gonna add a bit of that. Use my spoon to get that off, that goodness off of there. There we go. Let that cook in. And then, oh yeah, soy sauce. This is not bourbon. I just like bottles. So I'm gonna put some soy sauce in here. Sizzle. Rice vinegar, rice wine vinegar. Again, I don't really measure. It's intuitive. That was probably a couple teaspoons of rice wine vinegar, probably a quarter cup of soy sauce. I'm just guessing, but if you're somebody who likes to measure, which is totally fine, that's what I would be measuring probably. Let's see, what else? Oh, honey. So the thing about Korean cooking or Asian cooking, a little bit of sweet. So my honey. A little bit of honey in there. And I like to use local honey because it's good for you. It helps with allergies and such, right? A little honey. And that was probably half a teaspoon because you don't want it to be too sweet. So I'm gonna try something that I've never done before. I'm gonna use coconut milk. Just canned coconut milk. Oh yeah, look at that. And then I'm going to just go ahead and put water in here just to get the rest of that out and add it. And water. Okay. And then we're gonna bring it to a boil. And then once it boils, then we'll add the ramen. Super easy, super quick, and delicious. It's always good to taste your food, right? So then we can see if we need to add anything. Spoon. A little taste. Yummy. I like spice, so I'm gonna add some spice. I'm just gonna add some red pepper flakes because it's delicious. Just a smidge. That's probably, I would say, half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And I think the salt's really good because we had soy sauce in there. We have soy sauce in there and, oh my gosh, what's the other stuff? Miso paste, yeah, salt. So I did not actually put salt in here, which is really good. So again, if you could just try not to use those flavor packets and make the flavor yourself. It's so much better for you. Okay, it's almost to a boil. Once this starts boiling, then I'm gonna add the noodles. And then after that, it's gonna be 2 minutes, if that. Oh, good.
But I didn't, so we'll have to go back through this so I can
yes,
so I can list what we used.
Right.
I was just thinking that.
It's getting ready to boil. Good. Oh, I forgot. I'm gonna add this now. So I'll add. Where's my little? Oh, this is it. Okay. So I'm gonna add this. I totally forgot about this. Okay, it's getting ready to boil. It's starting to boil, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the red cabbage. And the stalks, the celery stalk. That way it's still nice and crispy, because I like my vegetables to be crisp, right? If you like your vegetables softer, you could have added it earlier. It's up to you. It's all your preference. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the broccoli. Oh, that looks nice. So again, these are just the ramen that you can buy that's like under 50 cents. There's 3 packs in here. And again, I am not using the little square foil packets. They're just not good for you. Push that in there. Cook it in. It's looking pretty good. It takes a minute. And if you don't have a wok, it's okay. Any pot will do. I'm just Asian, I happen to have a wok. You can cut that out.
Nope.
Nope, not cutting that out. Woks are great though. If you don't have a wok, I highly recommend it. I actually make popcorn in the wok. We could do a little. Have you ever made popcorn in the wok?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't do popcorn in the bag in the microwave. I'm just rambling at this point because the glues that hold the bag together, when you put it in the microwave, that glue gets into your food. And also, like, you don't know what stuff they're putting in that popcorn to make it taste good. And it does taste good, believe me. But when I make popcorn, I use like popcorn, like the kernels, and then I use coconut milk, or not coconut milk, I'm sorry, coconut oil or olive oil. And then I put it in the wok, and then I put the lid on and just keep shaking it. We'll have to make popcorn.
It's on the list.
It's super fast. That's a really quick, hey, let's make popcorn. And then I'll slide butter in the end so that it has a buttery flavor. It's almost done. See, it's getting there. Yay. Yummy. That's looking so good. Wow. And then the last thing I do, if you don't like eggs, but I like to do this just to add protein. You can also, add whatever meat you like that's already cooked. Like if you have, grilled chicken or whatever, that's fine too. But the last thing I like to do, it makes it creamier, and then it just adds some protein. Fun. And then I'm just gonna break it in. And I think we're ready to eat. Yay! I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. Let's serve it up. All right, so I'm gonna eat by myself, but that's okay because next time, hopefully, someone will eat with me and I'll tell you the truth if it's good. But I'm sure it is. Okay. Dish them up like that. Ah, nice big helping. And I like to top it with my greens, some yummy fresh greens. Yes. Mix it all up. Oh, this looks hot and good. All right, here we go. Ready? That's pretty good. You guys should try some. It is good. Maybe a little spicier next time. All right.
Good.
Good? That was fun.
So we did it.
We did it. Yay.